Welcome back, everyone. I am so excited to be here. I feel like I haven't been here in such a long time. And to be honest, I am a little bit exhausted. I don't know if you can tell by my eyes today, but I've been working on so much for the last few months. And I got to a point where I need to start over. I've had to pivot on a lot of the information that I have put out there because I was not doing the proper research as far as really the entire documents of things. So, without further ado, let me go ahead and reintroduce myself, you guys. Actually, let me introduce myself for those of you that are new to this channel. Welcome. My name is Yesenia, and I teach a lot about freedom. Everything is educational. I have, for those of you that don't know and that have been here, I have a 10 plus years in the legal field. And currently, I am taking classes to become a certified fraud examiner, which is going to lead to my next point. For those of you that aren't new here, thank you guys for being part of this community. Thank you guys for the love and the support. Thank you if you are part of the private community and I don't know that because I know I have a few people in there right now and everybody's coming from different places. Some are coming straight from the website, some are coming from Instagram, some are coming from Facebook, and I know that some of them are from here. So I really appreciate you guys and know that from the bottom of my heart all of this freedom seeking, laws and things have always been what's always been embedded in my heart is to make sure that we all are free from tyranny and things like that. And so that is what, made me create this channel, especially given the fact that when I was working in 2020, I had gotten fired for not taking the vaccine. And that's what really pushed me down this rabbit hole of like the straw man theory and status correction and all this other stuff. And I've came to the conclusion that a lot of that stuff is and I may get some things where people are gonna say certain things. Now I'm just gonna do a few disclaimers for you guys is that if you guys do post anything on here, first of all, I'm not going to be responding to anybody except my private members. I'm really making sure that I'm going to, operate from, coming in here because I want to show love to everybody and try my best to finish what I started and, really give you guys the meat and bones of everything that's out there and my experience and, given the fact that I'm about to be a certified fraud expert, I am going to be working on the private side and working with clients privately. And we'll go into that a little bit more because there's a lot of updates that I got to update you guys on. And so just a few disclaimers is that if you do make any stupid comments down there below or whatever, I'm blocking you. I'm not going to respond. If you try to lead people astray, I'm going to block you as well. But I know that some videos sometimes get more comments than not, and then it's going to be kind of hard for me to go through it. But if I do see it, know that you're going to get blocked. And really, like if you're not at the space where you're trying to learn, without a biased opinion, then really you're closing your mind to possibilities of what if and can it be to further expand your, knowledge, if you would. So please, you guys, I want to keep this space very hate free. Okay, this is my experience, and maybe you may not agree with it. Maybe this is not your channel. Maybe, you need to go find somebody else to help you better comprehend. That's okay with me. I'm okay with that. Just unfollow and, go figure out what's best for you and what you need to do. But for those of you that are rocking with me, I appreciate you guys so much. You have no idea. I have not forgotten about you guys here in YouTube, and I love you guys so much. So I want to do the updates. I want to give you guys, kind of a clear pathway of what is to come with this YouTube channel, with my private community, and where I'm heading to next. Okay. So, as or if you don't know, I have had to start over with this entire topic of the straw man. And I know that we have gone, like in the past, if you look at my past videos, and I'm kind of debating if I should um, go ahead and erase them or maybe keep them there. I'm debating. But my point is that I've gotten to the point where I need to start brand new with my mindset. And what I mean by that is that the entire, you know, I don't want to say movement, but I want to say the entire space of the freedom space has been led with a lot of misinformation that I fell into as well, because we're all still learning, we're not perfect, cut me some slack. But the point here is that I always started every video with go to the Declaration of Independence. So I only think that it's right for me to start today with the Declaration of Independence. We're not going to go through the document. I just want to talk today. We're not going to go through any material. But I just want to talk with you guys today about the Declaration of Independence because that was one of the documents that I said all over the place. Go to the Declaration of Independence. Go to the Declaration of Independence. And so now it's just clicked with me about the fact of the Declaration of Independence and what does it truly mean? Okay, and I don't want to confuse everyone because I do want to implement in this video status, 14th Amendment citizen, all of that. And we're going to unravel a lot more in the weeks to come. Okay, but just very simple is that the Declaration of Independence, yes, it is a document that very specifies on the freedom, our unalienable rights, making sure that there's no tyranny happening within the government over the people and all of that, right? But it's not a document that you can utilize in court or something that you can refer to that's going to help you in court, right? And so, what usually is, and I still agree with the Declaration of Independence, that's one of our founding documents, right? But the fact of everything is, I know that in the Declaration of Independence, and this is where things get a little bit hazy, is that in the Declaration of Independence, it talks about how we can overthrow our government should they become tyrannical or, not for the people, yada, yada. But coming in with new lenses on a lot of things because there is no such thing as a status correction unless you actually denounce your nationality, unless you actually denounce your citizenship from this country, and then you re-announce another citizenship and another nationality from a different country. And you have to do this through a diplomat of the United States. And then they give you a certification of denunciation of of your nationality or your citizenship here. So now that we got that out the way, and there's actual laws on this that I've come to find because of my fraud examination studies. And the reason that I started studying fraud examination was because I wanted to help the people and the public better combat all these things. And then I kind of end up finding out that there's a lot of scammy things and a lot of fraudulent things happening within the space, if that makes sense. So I am not yet an expert, but those are the studies that I'm doing currently, and this certification is actually going to be recognized globally. So it's an international known certification through the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners. That is a top-notch association to be in when it comes to fraud examining. Now that we have that out the way, yes, the Declaration of Independence is an amazing document. But in order to actually overthrow your government, you literally have to be non-combative, okay? Non-belligerent, and competent. And a lot of things that are circulating in the space that I fell victim to, and a lot of people felt victim to because a lot of people lost their homes, a lot of people lost their jobs, a lot of people have lost their family, a lot of people have lost lives or, years out of their life because they've done, and I've talked to some of these people because they have done, years in prison. And so that doesn't actually lead to freedom. Do you get what I'm saying? And if we're going to be freedom seekers and realists to freedom, then we have to come in with the mindset that, excuse me, we are actually already free. We are free, and sometimes we put on ourselves these mental chains on us where we feel victim. Like myself, I fell victim because I was like, well, how come they didn't give me, an exemption when I was trying to get my faith-based exemption or religious exemption when I got the when I asked them that I didn't want the vaccine and all that, and then I got fired. So that really led me down the straw man and all of that, right? And so what I have come to find out with this entire space is that you are already free, except there is structures that need to be put in place. And what I mean by structures is I mean a faith-based organization, okay? Trust structures, right? And there needs to be proper documentation of all of this. Now, another thing is, right? Because I really do believe that if I would have had my own faith-based ministry at the time of the event that I got terminated for not taking the vaccine, I believe it would have been a much different story for me. Like deep down inside, I really believe that. And so, it's really about knowing how to be structured and how to actually maneuver your way through things properly, lawfully, not get taken advantage, know your rights, invoke your rights, and things like that, right? Now, this is not legal advice. This is not tax advice. This is not financial advice. I'm not a licensed attorney or a tax attorney or a CPA. None of that stuff, right? I'm just educating you guys on what I believe and what I'm going to be doing moving forward, okay? And what I'm going to be bringing to this platform moving forward. So, I am going to be doing a class on the status subject, okay? And I'm going to be offering that in my private membership. Now, I want to go step by step on how all of it is, especially the stuff out here in the public, how a lot of it is misinformation and can get people in trouble, committing, lies under penalty of perjury. I mean, it goes really deep, you guys. And I'm so fortunate that I ended up starting to take this fraud class because it stopped me from actually going ahead and executing 1099s. And that's like a whole nother story. But the 1099s or the 1041s was just to claim um, pull and claim credits. But again, like I said, that's a whole nother story. And I have a class on that in my private communities, and everything is a lot more structured. So I really recommend that you guys go over there because there's gonna be some good things that I'm gonna be implementing there, and it's gonna be specifically and exclusively for private members. But let's just continue on before I said that because I'm just so excited about the platform. But my point here is that because that is frivolous, and there's actually laws that show that it is frivolous to say that you're not a United States citizen, um, even though you are and you were born here in America. And also, if you try to say that you're not a United States citizen, but you're a national, but the fact of the matter is that any United States citizen is already automatically a national. And I'm going to show you guys on the next class that I deal with you guys because that's what it actually is. In the format of what nationality and the definitions of nationality and citizenship is. Okay, so trying to renounce that can put you in a frivolous area, especially when sending things out to the government officials or whoever saying that you're not a United States citizen, and then you're doing affidavits of truth under penalty of perjury. You are actually committing perjury by saying that because unless you denounced it from, in front of a diplomat, then you're technically still a United States citizen if you were born here. Now, if you weren't born here, then you would still be, and you're trying to get in here and be a citizen, or you haven't been a citizen just yet, then you would be considered a national who has maybe a citizenship somewhere else in a different country. And again, we're going to get into that a little bit more deeper, but the point is that it needs to be renounced in front of a diplomat. But the whole like psyop about all of this is that and it just blew my mind when I just came to realize it, is that the fact that the matter is that because we're not trying to be combative, though a lot of things in the space appears a little bit combative, and it's already recognized with the three-letter agencies that it is part of a specific movement that would be considered a terrorist movement of the United States. And so how do we actually not get ourselves involved in that kind of that kind of label, if you will, even if we're trying to not label ourselves that, it's already part of the definitions of what they label based on the things that one does, based on the actions and the verbiage that people talk about, strong man, Inslee, just this, that, whatever. And the fact that it has never been proven in court. So my whole thing about this space is that I started thinking like, is this part of like an espionage where like, people are coming in from different countries and they're just spreading misinformation online, having you go through rabbit holes? I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking, right? It could be not. But the point here is that if we're trying to abolish the government, right? Because we're talking about the Declaration of Independence and what it says, and all of this is not by trying to evade United States by tax evasion. It would be through being a United States citizen and actually getting in office and try to start cleaning up the government that way. And so that leads me down now to being a certified fraud examiner that is globally recognized. Because when I become a certified fraud examiner expert, then I can start helping not only you guys, but also people within the government system that are trying to make sure that there is no kind of bribery, no kind of money laundering from attorneys and judges and this and the other. See, the fraud is, fraud is about making sure that we stick to truth and that we stick to truth, and truth has no feelings, no biasness, no sides. It's not about sides. It's about being still rooted in truth. And so I'm so excited that I'm taken this road. And I really do hope that you guys take this road with me because I'm only here to serve and I'm here to spread light and awareness. And I'm here, as getting into fraud examination is because I really cannot stand lies. And so being an examiner of fraud makes the lies come to light and then trying to figure out where do we go from here and how do we fix this. So that's how I'm going to be trying to do things within our government system, which would be I would need to be a United States citizen in order to go into the government system, work for people in there that are trying to get these people out of office because of bribery, because of things that are not good, for this country. And so that is my way of giving back. But see, if I wasn't a United States citizen, then I wouldn't be able to do that. Do you get what I'm saying? So sometimes that's where I feel like, is this like a mind F? Because, or is it some type of espionage, or what the fuck is it? You get what I'm saying? And so it really just has me thinking, and I really do pray that you guys have an open mind because, at the end of the day, I am going to be, once I have my certification, I definitely want to help the people and be a private fraud expert advisor, especially if, something is going on that should not be going on in court cases or, fraudulent, schemes and things like that. And you need a fraud expert witness. That's where I would literally come in to help not only the people, we the people, but also people that are trying to get people out of the government system that are committing these fraudulent things too. So I see it as a blessing. And I know that some people, I've been called all sorts of names. And this is why I really decided to just remain private. And by private, obviously, I mean that I'm not going to be responding to any kind of messages on my Instagram unless somebody's like, oh, send me the link to this, even though all the links are in my bio. But my point is that I'm just going to be really focusing on, people that really want education. And you don't get that from, 2 minute, 3 minute reels or, 2 second reels or whatever. Like you just really don't, and then people are like, tell me everything, and they want to learn it in less than 10 seconds. And it's just like, it's just so unrealistic. And I just can't, nor do I have the patience to actually deal with that kind of behavior. Because once you figure out that all of this is a mental blockage and a mental chains that we have put into ourselves, then you start recognizing that a lot of people, and this is not just speaking to you directly, this is speaking to me where I was at with all of this, is like we feel entitled that somebody owes us something instead of actually just counting our blessings and the opportunities that are given to us from God, our creator, because this is the best, one of the best, countries in the world. And though I don't agree with everything that's happening, but we're able to really speak freely about things, whether it's here, whether it's wherever. And, and for the most part, things, it's not like we're living in North Korea. Do you know what I'm saying? So, in that aspect, it's really beneficial and a privilege to be here. So it's like, I just want to really, emphasize on that sometimes, we think that we can't do it. We don't have any money. We don't have this. We don't have that. And they owe us because they took from us and this. And it's just so easy to blame someone else, but we're not looking at ourselves in the mirror. And I believe I fell into that myself, trying to make, lost my job because I was submitting all these forms. This was a different job and all this other stuff, and then getting close to potentially doing some type of evasion that would have not led to a freedom path. And I've already met way too many people in the space where they have gone to prison for this. So it's like just really outweighing what is true freedom and what is not. And really, freedom just starts in your mind, in your soul, in your body. It's like you already have a roof over your head. You have, or, if you like just counting every blessing. You have feet to walk, you have eyes to see, you have hands to go and work. You have, what are you given to the world? What are you given to society? Why do you think that my knowledge that I've worked so hard for should be free for you? You know what I'm saying? And then also vice versa. Like I can't even imagine going to the bakery and being like, this is gonna save my life. How dare you don't give it to me for free after they spend who knows how many hours trying to do it. Like that entitlement of feeling like the world just owes you and it's everybody's fault and it's not yours. And so I've had to come to this realization, and it wasn't a good realization. It was something where I'm like, damn, was I really coming from a really bitter, entitled place? Where I was just scared of like, not making it. So I wanted to blame the government and say that, they have us enslaved, but it was just me enslaving my own mind. And then when you get into spirituality and other stuff, it'll make more sense, you guys. Um, but I don't want to sit here and preach because I do, do a lot of self-improvement and listen to a lot of spiritual things to help me because I've been just so embedded with so much negativity since a young girl that, it got to the point where I was just kind of feeling sorry for myself. And it's like, you know what? But if we're really going to trust God, if we're really going to trust our creator, if we're really going to trust source, if we're really going to trust the universe, if we're really going to really trust by faith and not by sight, then I already have everything. Then I already have millions. I already have everything that I need. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that sometimes our eyes plays tricks on us because we're like, well, okay, you say you have millions, but my bank account says I got 20 and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, but that's where the faith comes in. And you got to just keep with that faith. You see what I'm saying? We are not blinded by faith. We're not blinded by sight. We walk by faith, not by sight. And so that's what I'm saying. It's like we need to be creators. We're creators of things. We came here to create. And so, I want you guys to be a part of my community. I'm actually doing something that's going to be very beneficial for everyone. Everyone that has believed in me, everyone that resonates with me, everyone that truly, truly wants to be part of something that may change their life. I want to invite you guys with me. To be honest, this is like from the bottom of my heart, I'm in the process of completing this top-notch, okay, software website where it's going to be exclusively for my members, and my members are going to be able to resell it if they want to go ahead and put more truth out there for the people, okay? And then they would be getting commissions from that. So there's no way that we can say that I don't have the money for it, or I don't, sometimes I feel like we need to stop giving our own selves excuses of why we're not good enough. You are good enough. You are capable of doing everything in life that your soul dreams of. It's all about having faith, you guys. And so I invite you guys to join my academy because honestly, I'm going to have 100 people. Right now I have 56 people. Let me share my academy with you guys really quick so you guys can kind of see what I have going on there. And then for the first 100 people, right now I have 56. Let me see really quick. 1 second, you guys. So here's my academy. Okay, so right now it's in school, and what can happen is, hold on, let me see. Oh no, let's erase this. All right, so here's my academy, you guys. And as you can see, um, you know, this is school. This is not a like tailored thing to anything. It's just the school community, whatever. My point here is that this is my classroom. Okay, so that you guys know I have the module with the guidelines. I have the official welcome, which I think I have to update to be honest. I have the truth. Here's the one about the truth about the 1041s and the 1099s. I go through laws and I go through statutes and I go through court cases in here. This is a really, really good um course for you guys to take. Okay. This is some good information publications, what's being given from the Homeland Securities of what people are actually doing with these 1099 forms and 1041s and how it's already on the watch list of the three letters, the big three letters. And so, there's so much more introduction to identity theft. I think I'm gonna have to update this, but the Trust 101 Foundation, you guys, it's amazing. It's amazing. There's so much in there. I have this one for intermediate people. In case you don't know about trust or how it works, or you're like, oh, there's just so much talk about trust. How the hell do I do it? I made it so simple in Trust 101. It's like kindergarten status. I'm not even joking. My son, who's in high school, understands this because I broke it down to the point where a high schooler can understand it. Okay. Because I wanted to make sure that everybody understood because I know that the shit gets really complicated. Then I have the advanced one. Okay. There's stuff there. And then I have the upcoming one is next this week at the end of the week. I'm gonna have the 508 put in there. There's nothing much in there right now. And but the point is that this is gonna be up this week. Sorry, yeah, this is gonna be up this week. This is gonna be up next week. And there's just so much more information here, right? The library, there's gonna be things in the library. I'm gonna be adding constantly, okay, constantly. There's gonna be documents here. There's already a revocable live and trust agreement here. But because I've been working tirelessly on specific on a specific website that I'm creating. And this is a software like no other, you guys. And what I'm gonna do, let me stop sharing this really quick. But just so you guys know, this is a front page of it. So if you guys do want to be part of this, the first 100 people, okay, are going to be included in the new software that I'm going to be launching. And that software is going to be like no other that you guys have ever seen before because I've been in the space for so long and I've actually recognized what the hell is missing here. There's all this shit about status correction. There's all this stuff about all this other stuff. What can I create on truth and factual things and foundation and things that hold up in court and asset protections and this and the other. And so that is what the software is going to do. And it's going to auto generate certain things for you. It's going to be just fully loaded, you guys. And as soon as I'm done with it, I'm going to go ahead and show everyone. But just know that once this gets to 100 people, then everybody is going to have to start paying what it's worth. And my whole thing about that software is that I'm making it to where I'm going to be selling it to attorneys as well. And let me stop sharing this. I'm going to be selling it to attorneys as well. And so because I'm going to be out there doing my thing, trying to get it out there, whoever wants to join at this low price that's going to have access to it and is going to be able to utilize it themselves for their own things is not only going to be able to have access to it at a low price and utilize it for their own things. You guys will be able to have commission from each sale. Should you say, I don't have a job, nobody wants to hire me, I don't have any money, da 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 da. There's no more excuses, you guys. There's just no more excuses. We're not gonna function from excuses. I'm making it to the point where we're all gonna be able to make it as long as we try. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I'm working tirelessly on this website that I just, was like, this is it. And it's going to be certified fraud proof. It's going to be, to the point where attorneys are going to be able to use it, licensed attorneys. I'm making it to the point where it's going to be tailored top notch. And so there is no reason at all for not one person to not be able to get it out there and make at least one sale. There's not. And if it is, it's because you haven't tried. I'm telling you that right now. It's going to be so good. And so my whole thing is that I'm tired of, you know, making excuses. I'm tired of trying to blame everyone else, the government, this, the other, and I'm tired of it. And it's like at some point, it's like, what am I going to create? What can I help other people with? How can I help them help themselves? How can you know what I'm saying? And that is what community is truly about. Helping me, I help you. You bring water, I give you some bread. You got the bread, I got the water. That's how it's supposed to be. It's not you supposed to give me all of this because I said so, because I'm just, no, we're not going to be functioning from entitlement. And as soon as I see somebody put in stupid shit like that, on my comments here, you're getting blocked. And that's blocking you from your own blessings that we could have worked together. We could be a community together. You know what I'm saying? So those are my updates, you guys. And as soon as I have my stuff ready to launch, I am going to be showing it to everyone. I'm so excited, but make your way to the Academy. I'm actually having a live there on Thursday, March 19th, and I'm gonna be it's gonna be at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. And I'm just gonna be also announcing this to the private community. I may have it ready by then, and then I'll probably be doing a kind of like a walkthrough demo for them, and letting them know that they are the ones with the first access. And then once I, show it to them, and if you guys are part of that community, then you guys will be the first ones to know. Then I'm going to be bringing it to the public, and then getting the people that are going to be, at 100 people, because this is going to be something that you guys, the lowest price on that is not, it's going to be in the thousands, and it's going to escalate to like 10 to 20 to maybe more, depending if big law firms, like the software and what it represents. And so if you make a commission, or if you work with legal attorneys, or if you work in corporate doing stuff, or if you're in sales, or if you want to know about sales, or if you want to know, or you just love the truth and you love things about trust and this and that, and you just want to get it out there to the IG people, to the Facebook people, to the people in YouTube, your girls got you. You know what I'm saying? We're all going to be in this together, and we're going to not make any more excuses about nothing. We're going to be here to create our wildest dreams. And I'm going to be showing people on the private side how to actually be able to avoid taxes, but not evade them. All right, you guys, I love you guys so much, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the private side. And when you do come over, please let me know you got here from, or you got there from YouTube, so that I know that I'm being heard here. Because then it just makes me not want to be, on YouTube because I'm just like, does anybody listening over there? Anyways, I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day or night wherever you are. Until next time, I will see you soon.